Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off with just me coming to the end of the Mad Mile. As you can see, there's 3 lanes in front of me, but just as we get past these traffic lights, the right hand lane, lane 3, comes into my lane to make just 2 lanes. Not a problem, I'm not going to rush to get in front of this car to my right hand side. The only problem I have is this here. It's an Audi. They are as unpredictable as the British weather, so you never know what you're going to get. So lanes 1 and 2 remain the same. It's only lane 3 that actually changes here. That's all it is. But there's an Audi involved, so it gets complicated. Why are you pulling out? Why are you pulling out? Oh, of course. You're an Audi. Yeah. 3 lanes going to 2 the other way, and yet you want my lane as well. Always an Audi. And if it isn't an Audi, it's a Fiat 500. Here's one I made earlier. This one isn't really a biggie though. It's just the only person on the road is the Fiat 500. Don't worry about anyone behind or anything else, as long as you're okay. Now she lets this car go across her path, even though she wants to go that way. But what's she waiting for? Chance you can get round there.
He's a very talented man as well. Talented man. You never quite know what he's going to say
no.
any time of the day or night.
Don't worry about cars behind you though. Hey. And don't worry about the double yellow lines as well. Which got me thinking, are Audis still the worst drivers on the UK roads at the moment? For me, they probably still are. But the Fiat 500 is just a Fiat 500. And they're not far behind them. And when I talk about Audis, there are a lot of models that are in the Audi brand. So let us know in the comments down below, who is your champion of the road?
I'm champion of the road. I'm champion of the road.
But I'm not far behind you. But I'm not far behind you.
Okay, silly bit over with. I'm on the M25. We're speeding it up here at the moment. This is the A3 turn off yet again. And this, I cannot tell you how dangerous this is. How many cars, people, are they putting at risk doing this? It's unbelievable. This is where the cameras should be. That guy there needs his license taken away from him. He also needs a good old slapping in the face with a packet of wet shit. No doubt about it. There is no excuse for that. Absolutely no excuse. Look at all the cars that are behind him that's had to stop in lane 1 there. And as I've said in previous videos, the signage goes back for miles because of these roadworks here. It tells you to get in lane. It tells you that there's going to be queues on the slip road as well. So there is really no excuse for it. But as you can see, we're still here and I'm fast forwarding it still. So we still haven't finished yet. There is still one more complete and utter idiot that comes in exactly like they did. Now technically, this second one is going over solid lines, which you're not supposed to do. The first one didn't go over solid lines, so is it an offence to do what that first one did? The second one definitely is, because it's going over the solid lines, but the first one being, I suppose it could be done for careless driving, no matter what it's doing. But look at this one. So we just pause it here because, as you know, I do like to give a little shout out, a little bit of advertising of these idiots that got their company names written all over the van. Premiership Paving Limited, but with non-league driving. Well done, mate. I'll tell you what, if I had to do this road all day long, I would run out of packet of wet shits. This happens all the time I'm on here. And you'll notice people in lane 1 now are actually pulling out close to lane 2 to avoid him, just in case. Everything has a knock-on effect on a motorway, everything. So moving on. As you can see, there's a pavement on one side of the road and not on the other. So Which side should you walk on if you're a pedestrian? Yeah, the right hand side as we're looking at it.
A whole bunch of questions on.
But oh no,
Before we get into it, let's see what
even if there wasn't a pavement on the other side of the road, she's still walking the wrong way. Going by the highway code, she should be on the other side of the road walking towards traffic if there was no pavements. And she cannot hear me because my car's electric. So, moving on. We don't get far till we get to the next idiot. This little car coming towards us now.
Always be decisive, because he has great qualities.
Look at the size of that phone. It's almost as big as that little fucking car.
It's quite normal for a player of this
You
age.
make it a little bit less obvious that you're on the phone, mate. Bloody hell. You should be driving on that, should you? You should be driving on that, should you?
And IHG One Rewards loyalty program.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Laser-guided comment, unfiltered opinion, and high-voltage debate.
A new radio landscape of comments.
Well done, the pair of ya.
Confrontation with two legends of sports media.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Mid-mornings on Talk Sport.
Quality bit of driving. Well done, mate.
these constant little messages from me about Brighton being in a positive trajectory.
Pair of
Paid off.
fucking
It's Paul
idiots.
Barber. Jim, thanks. The check's in the post. I
Go down. Arrow.
Just the normal red light runner in this one.
More putts. Golf is all about putting. So please, captains, listen to Talk Sport. Don't use that as the reason.
Code GET10 at team-sports.co.uk.
Here in the UK, we sell amazing products and services the whole world wants.
At the Black Farmer in Devon, our produce is enjoyed on both sides of the Atlantic.
We're McKinnon and Saunders from Manchester, and our publics are watched on 6 continents.
So whether you're new to exporting or experienced, explore global growth for your business with free support from the UK government. Access information, events and expert advice to help you find new customers overseas. Visit great.gov.uk to get started.
Whether you're singing songs dressed as a traffic cone at the Alley Pally, roaring yourself hoarse on the first day of Cheltenham, or hugging a stranger because
And it's
City
going
just
straight on.
equalised in
Look
the
at that.
98th minute.
Bastard.
With Virgin Bets.
People say to me, you don't do a lot of night driving. I don't, and this is the reason why. Did you see him? I'll show you it again. There. Look how much time I've got to see him. You can hear my brakes, me hitting the brakes. He's dressed all in black and he's crossing in. It's a lot darker than what it looks on camera, believe you me. You'll see when I put my brake lights on. If he'd have gone a bit faster, there was no way I was stopping for him. No way. In this clip, I'm surrounded by Audis. As you can see, there's one to my right hand side. There's one in front of me. I've got to stop driving in Leatherhead because they're everywhere. So as we come round here, we're all dropping off. Obviously just dropping off at the station. There's another Audi in front of me. This is the one that's the stupid one though. Look, it's driving off when it ain't even boot, ain't even closed. You can see the one to my left, it's indicated to pull out. I'm indicating. The one in front of me doesn't indicate at all. And there's another Audi to the right hand side. They're everywhere. So in this clip we've got a few things to look at here. First of all, that trailer in front of us. It's got no brake lights, no indicators, no nothing. Nothing works on it. You'll see that in a second when you see the van in front brake and we can see his lights just about. So I'm keeping a fair distance from it. Obviously I've got to keep a fair distance because the bike's there anyway, but I would be keeping a bit of a distance anyway because I already know that the brake lights don't work. See the brake lights go on and nothing on the trailer? Look where
where the crossing is.
Concentrate.
So now we're looking at the woman on the side here. I'm going to be pointing the finger at that one there. She should know better. Teach your children the proper way of doing things. The crossing is up there. Look at her daughter.
Take the kids to the crossing. Look where the
Can
crossing
we go to the rear camera now?
Dozy mare, take the kids to the crossing.
The daughter, look, the daughter's there. She's walking away from her. She's embarrassed by her. And she's saying, look, there's the crossing up there, Mum. Mum, you look like you could do with the exercise as well. Go to the crossing. Don't be so lazy. Now I'm a little bit confused here because I'm turning right where it says the road is closed. Waze, my sat-nav that I use, is telling me to go down here. And it was okay. There was a diversion further down the road. But it could have done with giving some information on the front of that roundabout there, letting us all know. But here we come to this car coming towards us. See that gap there? That's really tight. See that gap over to its left-hand side? It could just pull in there and make no issue of this. I'm practically in the bush there, so that she can drive forward without stopping or slowing down to get into that gap. Ugh, ignorant. Oh, I won't say it. I won't say it. So as we go back to the front camera, you'll notice we're still here on this road in Surrey. There must be something in the water down here. We'll fast forward it because it's not very far before we get to the next numpty. A very similar sort of thing. A person that thinks the whole road is theirs. As we come round this bend in a second, as we go back to normal speed, you'll see this car here driving like that, but look how long it takes him to move over. Now that was a lot closer than what it looked, believe me. Now we're coming up to a roundabout in a minute where I saw this minibus. I had to double check it that I wasn't seeing things when I saw it, you know, firsthand, because I thought it had its own lane to turn left from, like this one coming up here on my left hand side. There's a designated left turn only lane, and you can literally pull straight out onto the roundabout. It's a lane that's separated from the roundabout in a way. And I actually thought that there was one coming that way on this roundabout. The way this minibus pulls out here. Have a look at this. Do you think he could have stopped? And I was quite surprised when I got here that there was no lane for him. It was a normal roundabout entrance. And as you know, I like to give a little shout out about these companies that drive like this. And there it is to the left hand side. So if you see him driving around, don't get on it, for goodness sake. How bad was that? He couldn't have seen the cars coming from the right hand side there. No way. Now regulars of the channel will know this junction coming up. I've got hot spots where I go, and every time I go on them, this happens. Something normally happens at a crossing we've just gone past as well, but I went past that okay. But we're looking at this van. It doesn't want that lane, it wants my lane. But look at the state of its side there. Are you going to argue with that as it wants to cut into my lane? I wouldn't, because he obviously don't give a shit about his van. So I mean, he's in lane 3 there, across into 2 and then straight into 1. He knew exactly what he was doing there, just couldn't be bothered to wait like the rest of us. Now in this clip we're going to be looking at a car that's coming out from the right hand side. I think it's gone for a red light, as we've got a red and amber when we see it. And look how wide he takes this. It's as though he had a car to its right hand side. Or has he got an imaginary friend? Let's give him one. Yeah, it's got to be Kermit. If you're going to drive like a Muppet, you might as well have a Muppet as your imaginary friend. And speaking of Muppets, There is only one lane there. It goes into two a little bit further down the road, but where he's doing that, there is only one lane. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.